It's all good.
Quandre, what was your reaction to being traded to Seattle?
It was surprising. Um, Super excited. Blessed for the opportunity, and at the end of the day, God has a plan for me, and this is His plan. So it was crazy, spending the day with my daughter and my girlfriend, and you get news like that. Of course, is major for the family, but it's work. It's part of it, and I'm here now. I'm excited. I'm gonna miss my guys in Detroit, but I got new relationships that I got to build here.
How'd you find out? Did you know that your name was even in conversations for trades, or did you get totally blindsided by it?
No, I was blindsided by it, honestly, man. I was taking a nap. Me and my daughter was taking a nap, and heck, I just kept getting phone calls, and I got on the phone with my agent, and he was like, "You headed to Seattle?" I'm just like, "Bro, I'm asleep. Like, I ain't headed to Seattle. What you mean? It's an off day." And he's like, "Yo, you got traded to Seattle." So that was kind of it. I had to call the GM of the Lions and call the head coach of the Lions, and they told me what it was, and shoot, I'm a Seattle Seahawks.
What was their explanation? It's not every day an NFL team trades their team captain. They just re-signed last year. What was their explanation for that?
They said Seattle. They said they just wanted to send me to Seattle. Yeah, the whole team captain aspect. That's tough. Like I work my tail off for those guys in that locker room, and I've changed. Like the way I went about business around there, and it's tough. Like I said, to lead those guys, and I miss those guys, but I guess that's just how things go.
I saw the reaction on Twitter from some of those Detroit teammates. What did that mean to you yesterday?
Oh, those my guys for life, man. All those guys in that locker room that, you know, all the tough days we had during camp, the tough days we had during this season, those things will never be forgotten. And, I'm gonna miss those guys. I'll stay FaceTiming those guys all the time, man. And, it's just tough when, in the middle of the season, middle of the grind with your guys. And, I can see if it was something that you expected, but when it just comes out of nowhere, it's tough. But those guys will move on. I won't say move on. Those guys will continue to be the great players they are. And, I wish the best of those guys.
How much easier does it make it, in a situation like that where you're caught off guard to know you're coming to a team where you have some of your boys like Tyler and Nick Ballore and Ziggy and those guys? How much easier does that at all make it for you?
It makes it a lot easier, man. I can come in the locker room and, I see familiar faces around. So for me, it makes it a lot easier, man. Tyler was the first person I called as soon as I found the news out, and it was just like, we talked about this before, we spoken about, if we could be teammates and, just having this opportunity to be around these guys. And, it's a great team here, great organization. I just like to be around great people with great vibes.
He said you called him twice and he didn't answer on you.
Yeah, man. He said he was in a meeting, so, I let him be. But he was like, man, Quandre never called me twice, so it had to be something. And, I had to let my guy know first, man. I had to let him know. Adrian Colbert had to let him know. It's like my little brother to me. So it's dope, man. It's dope to be around familiar people, people that I know I can trust, and just go about my business with going to work.
I know you've played a few different spots in the secondary. Do you have one where you're most comfortable at, one you prefer the most?
I don't have anywhere I prefer. I'm just here to learn the system, learn how things go around here, buy into the system, and just be the best player I could be wherever they put me, and let the chips fall where they may.
Told you where they see you fitting in from a position standpoint.
I'm sure we'll talk about that more. It's been a busy day for me, so we'll talk about that. When we get into that, you guys will know just like I know.
How much interchanging did the Lions do between free and strong like they do here?
We did a lot, man. Like you say, I'm versatile, man. I played down in the box. I played nickel. I played strong. I played free. Played some linebacker. I played it all. So, end of the day, man, I just want to go in, lock in, be able to play football, and be ready to go.
Do you think that versatility and your knowledge of different areas of the defense will help you pick up this a little faster, knowing how the pieces fit together?
I think it will, but it's gonna be a process. It's gonna be a process. I don't have the OTA days. I don't have the, phase one, phase two days that that these guys had in the locker room. So for me, I'm trying to jump in when these guys are game planning for big time opponents like we had this weekend. So, it's gonna be on the run, and it's my job to put in the work and put in the effort to get better, and also learn this system.
What do you need to accomplish to feel comfortable out there on Sunday?
Heck, I don't know, man. That's a good question. I just want to fit in with the guys. First of all, I want to earn the respect of my teammates. That's always the most important thing to me. Let these guys know, type of player I am, the type of person I am, first of all. And, like I say, let the chips fall where they may.
How would you compare your productivity this year versus last year?
It's tough because, what is it? Well, we played 6 games there. I missed basically 2 games. So it's tough to compare my productivity. You don't start off the year every year with a pick 6. That's not what you do. That's not the reality of football. That's once in a million that you're gonna do something like that. So, I wouldn't even try to compare my productivity. I've made a lot of big time tackles this past year. I've saved a couple touchdowns, things like that. But those things don't show up in the stat sheet. But they, if that's how it is, they're spending how they want it to be spent, and I'll take the high road and be the best person I can be.
You said you changed kind of the way you went about business. What does that mean?
Man, I just became a better version of myself. Just try to be, the best example I can be around that team. My first 4 years in the league, I had a guy that I called my OG in Glover Quinn. That that was his room. He ran the room, and I just followed in line. That's what it was. And this year I had to take a step to be the leader of that room, me and Slay, and that's a step that I'm comfortable taking. But it's just like you go in, you step into that role. It's different. You know what I'm saying? So you got to better yourself for that, and you got to kind of be that guy for those younger guys, because we were young secondary, especially safety room. We were very young, so I think that's what I mean by better myself. But you see how things worked out, so obviously not enough.
Anything else, guys?
Yeah, you're a captain, so you understand locker room dynamics. How then do you balance coming into a new team, that balance being who you are and then self-expression and then kind of waiting for your chance to show who you are on the field?
For me, man, I'm just coming in to fit in with the guys. That's what it's all about. I think my personality will rub off well with a lot of guys, man. I'm not a serious guy. I'm always joking around, just having fun. So I think that'll be fun in the locker room. And when it's my time to play and it's my time to go in and go make those plays, I just want to go out there, play 100 miles per hour, and be the best player I could be.
How old's your daughter?
3 months.
Oh, congratulations.
So appreciate it. Aria Marie Diggs.
You mind spelling that for us before we write it?
Ariya. Marie, Marie, Diggs, Diggs.
How has that changed you as a man and a player?
Man, it's made me a better person, better everything, man. She means everything to me, and it was tough leaving her yesterday. I think that probably was the hardest part of my day, is just leaving her and my girlfriend, knowing that they were supposed to be up there for another week, and I was gonna spend those days with them. But when work calls, you got to do what you got to do, and they understand.
Will they come out here?
Oh yeah, they'll be out here, man. You'll see them at the game, so it'll be cool.
Thanks, Quandre.
How's your hamstring?